There you are. Hey, mate.
Does it take you back to this house?
Oh, she went to the other house. Goodbye, Liz. It's alright, mate. The lizard's gone. You can go outside again. Yay. Sunday morning, what a day. I woke up so early to watch the Ironman World Championships, but it was so worth it. This guy is an absolute beast. Now, the best thing about running is those time periods where you make massive breakthroughs and everything goes your way and you get much faster and everything's working until it's not, and you stop getting faster and everything goes to shit. Like, there's nothing worse than training and training and then training more and getting nothing out of it and not getting any fitter. And I find it's really hard to put the nail on what's actually gonna get you through that next big breakthrough. At least I find that hard anyway. So let's figure this out. Oh, he won, by the way. So here's every issue that I've ever had whilst running that's held me back for a long period of time. And here's every fix that has addressed all of these problems collectively. Now, heart rate control. Does your heart rate spike all the time in your workouts, or do you get really excessive cardiac drift really early on in your long runs? This is a heart rate control problem, and the only way to fix this is by bumping up that aerobic mileage. Now, heart rate variability and also resting heart rate are all measures of how recovered you are and ready to absorb the training that you're gonna implement or put on yourself, basically. So if it's really elevated and it's out of the normal range, then you need to recover and also focus on sleep. Now, the way that I describe turnover is that you can't actually move your legs fast enough to keep up with paces that you're trying to get really comfortable at. And the only way that you're gonna fix this is by improving your mobility, your strength, and also implementing lots of strides throughout the week to get used to turning the legs over. The better that you get at this, the faster paces that you can run comfortably. Now, pacing is so important and something that everyone messes up. Overcooking your training, doing reps way too fast, things like that ruin your training and take you out of the training stimulus that you're trying to actually achieve for that session. Now, the way that you improve this is by making your training a little bit more specific. So really focusing on the goal of that session. But it could also be the case that you're not fueling in your sessions and also you're not hydrated enough. And this will result in pacing going way off during your sessions. So focus on those three things. Now, leg pain. If you're in a 5K and you find that your lungs are okay, but your legs are blowing up, this is a strength issue for sure. You need to build the strength in your legs to be able to take that muscular load over a 5K distance. Easy done. Now, leg soreness is a little bit different. This is like this systemic just soreness of your body when you're deep in a training block and you just can't move your legs good enough. And the difference between this and leg pain is that you're not going to be able to train your way out of this. You're only going to get out of this by resting or deloading from the really hard training and also focusing on recovery. That's how you're gonna get out of the leg soreness. Now, motivation is something that I've struggled with in the past, really trying to be motivated to actually get out there and get something done. Not right now though, I wish I could go out there and get stuff done, but I can't. But for all you demotivated people, you have to figure out whether it's your mentality that's letting you down or whether you actually need to back off the training because your motivation levels are telling you that your body is just not recovering. You need to figure out which one of those it is, and if it's mentality, fix that for sure. Now, everyone's messed up their race days in many different ways, but I've found that I always would stuff them up by having a bad race day strategy. Either I go out way too hard and my ego takes over, or I start off way too slow and don't actually achieve my goal. But it could also be the case that your tech maybe just isn't getting you up to speed. Like, think about it. Maybe the shoes that you're using in training have been completely thrashed, and then you use the same shoes on race day. You're not gonna get any faster, are you? Because those shoes are actually degrading. Maybe you need a fresh pair of shoes. That's an option. But the most important for this race day success is that your training has been specific, because you don't just get lucky on race day. You have to have very specific training so that you're really efficient and good at that specific race pace. Now, here's a common one: inconsistency with training. Like, you start and then you stop and you start again, and this is only gonna be helped by being more consistent and building that aerobic mileage, but also your mentality. You need to be looking more long-term and understanding that the only way that you're gonna get better at running and being successful is by doing more running. Simple. Now, weight can also be something that can slow you down. It's slowed me down in the past, and there's no coincidence that the lighter that I've got, the faster that I've run. So have a little think about the nutrition strategies that you might be able to implement to get your weight down in a healthy manner. Now, the next thing that can let you down is self-belief. Do you actually believe that you're going to be able to achieve the goals that you're trying to do? If you don't, then it's highly likely you're not going to actually achieve them. You need to have the right mentality and also the right strategies in training and on race day to get you across that line in the race result that you actually want. Now, to finish off with, the most important mistake that I've made: getting injured. Now, the thing is, there's not one specific thing that actually got you injured. It's an amalgamation of all of those different things in different ways that over time break down your body and reduce the likelihood that you're going to be able to do your training without getting completely injured. So all of this stuff is really important for injuries. Okay, so now you guys have no excuses but to smash through all those plateaus and just continually get PBs until the end of time. See you guys tomorrow. This guy's a legend.